Hello, my name is Nats or Nats the Oddball. That's what I'm going with. Thought I would try to show what I've been trying to do with some logic. There's other people doing some logic out there with like flip flop. I don't really know how that one's working. Um, but this is my idea of an AND gate. I'm doing AND gate logic. This is like in some earlier testing. Okay, there we go. Worried about the sound there for a second. Um, so the idea was that if the travelers go, this is Midinous, by the way. It's a new program, snap things together, and it outputs MIDI to various programs and DAWs. Um, so this creates a loop. There's a start point here or somewhere. At least I thought there was. Okay, that's the start point. Oh yeah, that's right. It's like a little more spiky. So it's also no. So it's just a little like looping thing. It's sent to channel one in Reaper. That's what I'm using. Um, to it's over to an instrument called Simplant. It's a VST, and that's all it's running right now. But I'm gonna get into the more advanced version of what I created in a second here. But the idea is that you'd have some randomness, right? And when it hits these 2 points and triggers a gate, this note would sound and do something special. Um, what it generally does, as far as I understand it, it's programmed to keep things muted or mute things, and then maybe if it gets triggered, it it's somehow unmutes it, or I think it's just usually I think it's designed to turn stuff off instead. This was my idea for like a clock that would hit this note. I think the timing's off, but it would hit it at the same time. Um, let's see where I got to here. So I think that's working. And so the red is instantaneous, so it sends the traveler instantaneously to that. But there's the idea that I'd have a clock that would trigger this note at the same time that these trigger the AND gate, and then that note finally fires off. The problem was, as far as I could tell, I couldn't use the same AND gate to fire off the second note because I wanted like just a string of a few notes. And I don't think I can manage that with using the same gate. It doesn't make sense to me. And also, okay, this is a little more wild. It also never made sense to me that you can't just trigger off the MIDI from the AND gate. That would have made more sense to me. Obviously, there's an easier way to do it, but that's just like having randomness and weights. So like you'd put everything at a really high weight and then, like I don't know, 10 or something, so that most of the time it would hit this or this, and then, one out of every 10 times it would trigger off your sequence here. So you've got apparently I'm sending the MIDI. I don't guess it just does that automatically. So you can see, so it's got 3 notes that are hitting right there. This is, don't ignore this. This is nothing. So a lot of times it's gonna go in there and trigger off the gates. And so I've kind of got the clock here and synchronized timing with this, but other gates. So when these other things hit, and these are, the way this works is, in order to trigger the AND gate, these have to be high notes. That means they have to be like on, like they cannot be muted. You might be able to do this with a NAND gate and then have it muted. I think I tried that a little bit. Had some trouble. But I don't think it as far as I can tell, when I've connected it to Reaper, it doesn't trigger notes. It's active and high, logically, but the velocity is 0, so it's not going to do anything. It's just not muted. If it was muted, the AND gate would not fire off. So this is in synchronicity with these. I suppose if I bring this, you can see that. Okay, I think we'll cut to the chase here. And did I do that number 3? I don't know. One of these is the one that. Oh, okay, it's not this one. Man, I like the notes that I put down, but you'll see. Okay, it's probably. There we go. Oh boy. I think I'll cut this one out first. For now. But I just added a bit more. I finally added what this is supposed to get to. And I added some LEDs. You have to program the AND gates to send color to, I don't know, whatever, or maybe just send color to LEDs. It's kind of weird that way. You don't like program the LED. The AND gate programs the LED or whatnot. I don't know everything. I'm just getting into this. But I initially started out. I wanted just a visual, but it ended up being pretty cool. So I put some notes to that. So in Reaper, I've got channel. Okay, that's channel 3. Channel 3 is Lollapalooza. Channel 4, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I guess I got Transcribe going in there right now. I use Proteus. I use something called Crystal that's kind of, it's got pads and it's got it really changes I don't know how to describe that. It has its changes based on this little graph here. And this one, actually, this one's playing 2 different ones. Let's see, okay, let's see. Oh, that one, okay. So you'll hear that, maybe. On channel 6, I can also trigger it with my actual keyboard. So this drives everything pretty much. And this is a little bass. Probably add some drums. This is nothing. Just ignore that. It doesn't do anything. And then this is the octagon. I'll reconnect later. But I call that the octagon. Enter the octagon. This is a bit more explanation. This is a main loop. It just runs and runs. It has some randomness. Of course, when this note travels to this part, I think this is muted. That's allowed to be muted because that can trigger these, but some of these can't be muted. Like these, once it gets to here, it cannot be muted because that has to trigger the AND gate. Fire it off. But I had to like connect. I had to make more gates and just connect everything. It's a little odd, but I'll just start playing it. So you can see these look like they're being triggered, but they have no sound till they both randomly enter here. This one's weighted a little bit higher. I could actually try to show what's happening in Reaper a little bit. Oops. Okay. So that's the main loop. That's the waterfall. This is the waterfall. This is what I call the waterfall. It kind of goes down along the same line. These are muted too. They're just something to send off for the clock, as it were, so that this triggers at the same time, and then all of these trigger at the same time when you get that perfect randomness and the gate logic operating. And both are high. Both signals or whatnot are high. Okay, so that's... Okay. So that's the waterfall by itself. Okay. Oh, that's the one that I haven't added yet. That's the octagon. This is base. That's kind of random too. And then of course the special. That's that. Obviously I could trigger something off of here or here or here if I wanted to. Even here. Okay, now I can connect the octagon. Just happy to listen to that for a bit. Solo it. Oh, not that one. Alright, I think what I'll do is I'll restart it, but just gradually add stuff in here. Keep that. Alright. So that's what I'm working on with Midinous. It's a crazy program. Yeah, wanted to use an AND gate. This is one way to do it. I'm sure there's a better way, but I haven't found it yet. It's probably not. I don't know. Something I put together. It probably edit this and a different whole different song. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Midinous is an awesome program. Um, Let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them. Alrighty. Have a good day.